So let's just start with a small bend and a big circle of the right arm for 4 and 3. Doesn't have to be too deep. We're going to save our legs for the first exercise, which is kind of like a single leg squat. You will have the other leg on the floor, but mostly the weight on one leg. Let's do both arms together now for 4, 3, 2, last one. Now, clasp your hands in front and we're going to step the right leg back and rotate to the left. Again, just keep it small. This is just to warm us up, get us going. And rotating to get the spine moving and the legs working. Good. Well done. One more on each side. Last one. And then we're going to touch the floor, calf raise and reach for the ceiling. Well, don't worry if you're not actually touching the floor, but in that direction. And reach. Heels off the floor. 2, 1. And then let's take the right leg forward as we reach it up. Getting a little stretch into those hamstrings again, nice and gently. Think sit bones to the ceiling. Well done. Again, 4 more. 3, 2, last one. And then let's link those fingers together. Press away and push up and circle round. And again, press away, reach. One more time, let's keep those arms up. And a lovely big stretch to the right. And a big stretch over to the left. And take those arms back and down. So, first exercise. Technically, it's kind of like a squat, but it looks like a lunge, if you see what I mean. So, what we're going to do is just very lightly tap. Now, we're going to stick on one leg. We'll do right side, right leg first, left leg second time round. You do need some weights though. And we're going to add a knee raise. So, pick up some weights. Now, what we're going to be doing is as we tap back, we're going to bend the right knee. So it's a squat on the right leg. The left leg is there, but it's really close and it's very, very light. So you're hardly using this left leg at all. And you're bending as if you're going to touch those weights to the floor. You're then going to pull those weights to the shoulders and lift the left knee. Ready? Off we go. So we go down and pull. So there's an element of balance here as well. Lift. So really switch on that core as you pull down. Good. Now, this is a tricky one for weight. Sorry, lost my balance then because I'm talking. Because the curl part of it, we can really do easily. But I think when I'm going to turn this way so you can see my leg. But when we work bigger weights, it really challenges, of course, the leg, the glute, and the balance. Pull. 4 more. 3. So remember that back leg is there just for balance only. Hopefully you're feeling that in that right glute. So can you see how that type of lunge position, which is more like a squat on one leg, far more effective. We've got the glute working a lot quicker. Now we're doing a plank row, coming to your plank. So what I try and do is kind of use different areas of the body each time. Only need one weight for this one. Now, of course, you can be in knee plank. You want to come into a knee plank position first and row the arm. Is it comfortable? Is it challenging, to row that arm? Because the second part of it, we're going to twist into a side plank and push that weight up. Now, that's going to be the harder bit. And that's where you consider what weight you're using. If you want to go into full plank, we've got the legs wider. We row. So we're going to do 2 rows. And then we're going to row it up, twist, push it to the ceiling, back in and down. Off we go. Row. Row. What I would suggest is if you're in full plank position, if you're rowing here and your hip is up here before you've even started to twist, it may be too strong a position. I would come into knee plank where you can really support. Now, if you're a knee plank, your legs are together and you come completely on your side so your legs are stacked. Can you see the difference? If you're full plank, Your legs are wider, so you go into the sides of the feet. We've got 2 more repetitions. Now, of course, it's a lot of work on this arm as well. So you might need to make a fist, or you might want to come in more of an elbow position. One more time, which is a little bit trickier for your row because you can't get the height. Good. So I prefer the long arm for this one. Well done. Take a break. Supporting arms, the one that you really want to shake out, isn't it? Now we're coming into we're staying here on the floor. I did a little, just I couldn't see. I haven't got my glasses on either. I'm going to start having to wear some contact lenses or something, I think. Now, we want to keep our weight, but now this, I'll show you the hard option first. We're coming from plank. We're going to jump into a squat position and again, pull those weights up, in and back. Now, if you don't want to do the jump, you go in, hold that squat and back. So off we go. You can just go one leg, hold as deep as you can, and then you come back. And again, in. Those of you that can, we're going to jump it. So we come in, hold it, low as we can, jump it back, in, and back, in, pull. Now this one's tough. Let's do one more, pull, and back to plank. Woo. Well done. Now coming to a bridge, so come and lie down. So it kind of incorporated a squat, but we didn't have to come all the way back up to do that squat. So it can be a tricky one. If you found that one really tricky next time, just do a normal squat instead. Now we're going to do, I didn't actually try this one out with my triceps. So arms are up. We're going to work the triceps. We're going down and lift, but we're doing a bridge with it. So feet flat on the floor, push the feet into the floor, squeeze the bottom. We lift, now we hold it there, dip the arms up and down. Now this can be a tricky one for the brain. Your elbows are directly above your shoulders. So you're only bending at the elbows, not moving at the shoulders. The shoulders stay fixed. So watch the top of your arm doesn't move towards the floor, because what the brain wants to do is do this and do more of a push. But it's triceps centered, so we're only bending at the elbow. Go as high as you can, squeeze those glutes. Now, if you can, to make this harder, we push off one leg and hold up. Then we come down, we push off the other leg. So it's a single leg. It's going to be a little bit more effective for the glutes. Push it up, dip it down, up. So these 3 kilos are enough for me for triceps. You might be a teeny bit heavier, you might be lower in weight. Good. And up. Well done. One more on each side. Up. Dip. So we're getting arms and hips, glutes, all going at the same time. Good. Well done. Now, you might want to keep hold of one of your weights or both of your weights and hold it overhead. So you hold it in both hands just above your head, and we're going to pick the legs up. Now, your legs can just be together or they can be crossed at the ankles. Doesn't matter, whatever suits you. We're doing a reverse curl. So we're going to reverse, rather than going head and shoulders up, we're pulling the tailbone towards our chest. Now, this is not with the legs. So what I want you to try not to do is kind of just use momentum and pull the legs towards you. The legs are just sitting there. The angle of the hip should stay the same. We're doing, those of you that have done Pilates with me, we're doing an imprinted spine. So we use our abs. So can you feel those lower abs? Now, if you want to, you curl in and you take the legs away. Now, option number 2 is to curl in and take one leg away. So you just do a little heel tap. And in and tap. Good. Let's do 2 more. So it could be both heels tapping close to the body or toes tapping. So adjust that to suit you. Hug the knees in. Oh, my weight's gone off. It's rolling across the floor. Good. Let's come up to stance. So we're coming into our kind of lunge squat. I'm sure there's a better name for this, but I don't know. I don't know what it is. I can't remember. So last time we were on the right leg and we were going into, it was both weights, wasn't it? And we were touching the floor with the end of the weight. Now this time I want you to add a shoulder press. So we've now got, standing on the left leg, right leg behind us, really, really light with that big toe. Weights coming to the floor and go straight into a shoulder press this time. And push and down. Shoulder press. Now it's a shoulder press with our elbows in front of us, because often we do it this way, which you can if you want to. Remember not to put too much weight on that right foot. With hips to the floor, up. We're doing more of a curled in position if you can. Good. Now a really bend nice and deep, as if you're trying to get that back knee to the floor. Down and push. Good. So remember, it's just there for balance. Nice flat back. Pressed. 3. Good. Can you feel it in that left glute now? Bending that knee as much as we can. And up. Ooh, well done. Plank rows. So we're on our left side this time. Actually, what I'll do is angle this way. So we just need one weight for this one. The other weight can go down because we are now on our left arm. So into plank position. Maybe try knee plank first, see how you go. So we do 2 rows. We pull. So remember, pushing and pulling. Really good. Then we row, come onto our side, which I've got room to do now. I've put the mat there. And we push it to the ceiling and back to plank. We row. Row. Onto the side. So remember, your knees are stacked together. If you want to full plank, it's really tough. There's a lot of endurance on full plank. Making sure the hips aren't up here. If you're in full plank, we want the hips down. So that would be your telltale sign. If you can't keep a full plank, pull. Then we go onto the knees. And again, and pull. I can do a few. It gets really tiring. Onto the side plank, up. Good. 2 more. I'm going to go back to full plank. Pull. It's the supporting arm, isn't it? Last one. Pull. Pull. Ooh, and push. Well done. Good. Now give your arms a rest for a minute before we pick up our other weight, because we're coming from plank to full squat. Now remember, if you really found this one tricky, and it is a hard one, then I just want you to either hold the arms here or just one weight and just do a full squat. You could have something under your heels if you like. Full squat if you can. Otherwise, we're coming into plank. And we're either going to walk up, hold, lift your weights up, down, back to plank. Alternate the legs if you're doing one leg at a time. Hold that deep squat, deep as you can. Remember, just normal squat if you want to. Up, back, back, up, pull. How are we doing? Good. Full plank. Walk those legs up and back, or just do your squat. Something under your heels to help you. Good. So if you're doing just normal squat, try and keep that chest lifted. Good. One more time. Down and push. We're staying on the floor for our bridge. So now, slight change this time. We're going to do, so if I face you, our tricep dip is coming in like this. So I'll lie down this way just to show you what we're doing with the arms. They're going to go in and up that way. So your elbows go a little bit wider and we're pushing. So it's in internal. They're going to the center of the body. Does that make sense? I'll try and angle myself a bit so that you can see. And we're going to do the same thing with the leg. We'll do a single heel tap or a double heel tap, depending how strong you're feeling. So legs up. Or you can just hold your legs if you like. So we're bending the elbows to go in. We push up, heel tap, and up. So if we're doing single, we're doing right leg, and then we do the left leg. So you're going to feel loads of core work. And up, down. No, we did bridge, didn't we? Oh, well, we're doing this time. And down. Good. And down. And up, lower, and lift. Actually, I think, to be honest, if you're lying on your back, if we've done a lot for glutes anyway with those squats, and down, and lift, up. I always endeavour to do so. Sorry, my watch thinks I'm talking to it now, if you heard that. And down. Good. 3 more. 2 more. It's different, isn't it? Pulling in, but still extending from the elbow, which is a tricep extension, just a different angle. So different angles work, shoulders differently. Well, whatever joint we're working from differently. Good. Well done. Reverse curl now. So hold your weights or weight. It's quite nice, I think, just to hold a weight overhead because it kind of anchors your upper body. Otherwise, we kind of lift that upper body. Now, this time, let's go straighter legs if we can. So we're sort of changing it slightly. So reverse curl again, and then lower one straight leg. Pull it in. Straight leg lower. Pull. So remember, we are rounding that spine. Rounding our lower back to curl the pubic bone towards our chest. And you're going to really feel it in your lower abs. Can you feel the difference? When we do a curl up, a normal curl up, oh, there goes my weight again. It's very much, the six pack goes all the way from sort of, kind of, you know, sort of chest down right to pubic bone, basically. But we're only working the upper fibers when we're just doing a basic curl up. 2 more. Good. Reverse curl. Remember, it can be bent legs. Last one. Reverse curl. And lower. Well done. Hug the knees into the chest. Take a little roll. Well done. Good work. Now let's roll ourselves up into a sitting position. Take the legs out in front of you and reach towards the feet. Now, if you need to, have your hands behind you. Let's try and flex the feet a little bit more so you feel the stretch come right down the back of the thigh. We don't want to overflex that spine. Make sure we're moving from the hip and not the waist. If you're a little bit more flexible, reach for the toes and pull those back. Good. Well done. And then let's take our right leg over our left leg, pulling in and rotating. So we're looking towards the back wall as we pull that leg in. You can bend the underneath leg as well if you like. If you prefer the lying down version of this, absolutely, please feel free to come down. Remember, there's always lots of different options and do it that way. This is another good one for getting off the floor. Let's change. So, you know, what are we doing all this for? To future-proof ourselves. That's what I do it for. I've got Wednesdays. Today is Nana Day. So I look after my granddaughter, and I'm not kidding you. She weighs a ton. She's a big girl for her age, and she's really heavy. I actually use her to do my squats. She's like a great big 14, 15 kilo kettlebell. Well done. I think she might weigh more than that now. Now let's try and come to stand without using our arms. So this is a goal I think is really good to achieve. We want to be able to get. I saw something with it was one of the old sports people. I can't remember her name now. Let's grab hold of one foot. And she was on her social media was advocating trying to get up off the floor to, you know, for longevity, because, you know, we don't want to be stuck. I teach falls prevention, and I teach them how to, obviously they use a chair. Let's switch to the other side. They use a chair to do it, but if we can get up without using, that shows if we can get up without using our arms, we've got really good leg strength. And it's so important. We've got to keep that whole body strength as we get older to be functional. Good. Now let's take the right hand to the back of the right shoulder without overarching the back. Keep those ribs nicely down. You can either pull it back this way or just pull it gently, push it that way from the front if that's a little bit overstretching. So always gentle, never straining. Go, reach both arms to the ceiling. Take the left hand behind the shoulder and right arm pulls it back. Again, making sure we're not overarching that back, or gently this way, getting a nice tricep stretch, because we use triceps quite a lot actually today. Good, big reach to the ceiling. Now open those arms to chest height and just a little pull of those ribs from side to side, just to loosen off the lower back. Good, and down. Well done. Give it all a good shake out. And well done. I don't think that was an easy one today.